Okay, so we're going to look at the business planning worksheet here really quickly. We always start every business planning workshop, workbook, whatever we're doing to figure out where we're going. We have to look at where we've been. So, assuming this would have been the beginning of 18, we're going into the beginning of 19. So, however you see fit, if you want to change this is an editable version. So, feel free to edit as needed. But basically, we're just going to start from the top and work our way down. This is a snapshot of what your business was in 2017. How many deals did you close would be broken out by the listing side and the buyer side. And then we'll look at volume from the listing side and buyer side, and then total gross commission income earned, and what was your net on that. Now, if you're not really 100% sure what your net is, you could come down here and figure it out a different way. Most people by now will know what their last year's net was. Then we come down to this box. This is going to be your sources of business from 2017. And in this, you're going to put in here exactly where each business came from, each transaction from last year. If you're a brand new agent, just skip this section altogether. If you're a seasoned agent, you would put past clients. How many was a past client that did business with you again? Your sphere of influence. These are people that know you but have never done business with you. It's a first-time business. And then you have sometimes people you've never done business with that also give you referrals. We also have it down here, a past client referrals. So these are people that have done business with you and gave you referrals. So something to consider there. You do keep those separate. Okay. If you have this number higher, you're truly a referral-based business. If this number is higher, like you're getting referrals from people who have never done business with you or know anybody that's ever done business with you, but so they're referring people to you because of your brand awareness, or because you know people they know, or whatever it may be, that's not 100% a referral business. It is a referral business, but it's not as a strong a referral business as a past client referral business, people that have done business with you and they were happy. Okay, so keep that in mind. And then so forth. Do you do a lot of expireds for sell by owners, geographical farming, mailers, specific neighborhoods, bombarding them with advertisements and all that. And we got just listed, just sold, allied resources. So these are your friends that are in other businesses. Okay. And then so forth. So we just keep on going down, and then you come down here into some other areas, just pure advertising, your website, SEO, things that come organically through blogging or whatever, direct mail, social media. This one is actually becoming a higher and higher number on a lot of people's business plans. Open houses, internal ISAs that are doing cold calling, following up, and things like that. This is actually for the start of, like, from the beginning. So this would be like ISAs doing cold calling, and then and so forth. This could be in like virtual in a sense, and then any others that you may have. Okay, then you take the cost of securing that business, and then so let's say your past clients, you do something every month for them. And you spend $1,000 a month, you put that there. So let's say you did 10 transactions, $10,000 it cost you to do that. You earned 100,000, so your net would be 90. Okay, very simple. All right, and then moving on down, in this space, you're going to indicate information about your database, how frequent you touch them or touching them, and it is based on an average per person. Okay, so current number in your database, this is your METs, people that you already know, that know you. Like if you're walking down the street, they know who you are and you know who they are, and you could hold a conversation with them. Current number of agents in your referral network. Do you have a referral network? Something to consider. How many agents do you know in other cities that know that they should only be referring to you? Number of allied resources. I have a painter, a plumber, an electrician. I have a financial advisor. If I have 25, I'm going to put that there. And if we know that right there, that number is going to generate us potentially a 50% referral rate, this may be an area I want to spend a lot of time on. Okay. Number of calls made to the database in, this should say 2017. So number of calls that were made in 2017, and how many touches did you make in 2017? Allied resources so far, number of meetings. This was like coffee, or just get-togethers of some kind. Okay. All right. And then we move on down to continue on with the part 2 of the snapshot. So this is still reviewing numbers. How many days did you work? Your buyer's agent work? Your listing specialist work? How many hours did you lead generate? Contacts made? Number of listing appointments gone? Listings taken? Under contract? Did not, or deals that fell through? listings that expired, listings that canceled or withdrawn in the middle of the contract, buyer's agencies, pending transaction deals, buyers that fell through, and so forth. Okay. And then the business ratios. This is a really powerful number. If you know your business ratios based on your list price to your sales price, you're going to be a lot more powerful of a listing specialist when you go to a listing appointment. Because consider this, if I know that I sell at 98.7% of my list price and the average agent in my market sells for 97% of list price, per $100,000, I'm already getting the seller $1,700 more, and they don't even have to do anything other than hire me. Now, what about the average days on market? If I know the average days on market in the area is 60 days and my average is 30, and let's say their property is $2,500 a month to own and maintain, I'm going to be able to add $2,500 on top of the $1,700 and come up with an additional, let's see, 25, 17. So I know that just by hiring the bowling group myself, they're going to save $4,200 compared to just any other agent. And you could play this against other agents. If you know you're competing against other agents, tell them to ask them exactly what their percentage is on their listing to sold ratio, sales price that is, or days on market. Most people are going to pick a number out of thin air. If like me, I know it's 98.7. So you tell the seller, hey, ask them. If they say anything like, oh, I'm at 98, 99, if they're, unless they come in with an exact number, they probably are pulling a number out of thin air. And then you've already put a burden of doubt in their mind about the other agent. So let's just sign right now and let's move forward. And then moving on down, we got my listing gone on to taken ratio, percentage of listings that went under contract, percentage of listings that closed, buyers, contracts, buyers under contract, kind of thing. Okay. And then we'll finish out with buyers under contract that closed. All right. So now we move on to this year's goals of 2018. Assuming that we were doing this at the beginning of the year, we're going to look at this, at this point, it's probably 19, right? So how many transactions did you close on the listing, or how many transactions are you going to close? So let's say it's 50. So we're going to close 50. We're going to have a 50-50 business too. So we're going to have 25 sellers and 25 buyers. Listings sold, let's say on an average of 200,000 a deal. At 25 deals, it's 5 million. So we're going to have 5 million on both sides, or for a total of 10 million in volume. And the GCI on that should be somewhere around 280,000, because we usually do it based on 2.8% with a little, give or take a little bit, right? And if we know that our gross commission income is at 280,000, we typically look at most millionaire real estate agents models, and there's somewhere around 30%, 30 to 40%, something like that. So on a conservative number, I would say just say your net goal would be to, after all expenses are paid, you get to keep some money based on 30%, which is like 80 some thousand. Okay. All right. And then how many days you're going to work, how many your buyers agents, listing specialists, and so forth, just like above. If you guys have any questions or anything about this, just shoot me an email at cole@thebowlinggroup.com. And your homework will be to fill this out and send this to me, and I will review it. And then moving on down, same thing, fill in how many transactions you want, how much you're willing to spend to acquire, your projected income on that, and how much you'll net. All right. And then one of my favorite parts is the 2018 wealth goals. Put them here. This could be like, I want to pay off my house. I want to pay off debt. I want to buy investment properties. I want to build downline. And these are things that are going to be in wealth goals, that are going to be compound interest type things you're going to make money over time. Not, I'm going to go buy a car or anything like that. This is savings accounts. This is buying rental properties. This could be buying other businesses, investing in other businesses, whatever it may be. Okay. And then in following videos, we're going to talk about the supporting documents that you should have in your business plan, a 135/GPS, one of my favorite pieces of the entire business. Your 2017 profit and loss should always be attached to your next year's business plan, your current organizational chart, your year-end organizational chart where you see yourself going in the next 12 months, a listings needed form that supports your 2018 goal. And in the first systems thing that I gave you guys, you have all of these in one form or the other. It's just a good way to start. So what we're going to do in the next video is we're going to go back and we're going to hit the GPS. And then we're going to look a little bit deeper into the org model and the listings needed form we've went through already. Okay. And then you want your calendar. You must include educational events. So this is really good for your growth plan. You want to put your growth plan events around your educational events, vacations, holidays, and so forth. All right. All right. Stay tuned for the next video and send this over to me as part of your homework.